In this video series, we are trying to help road hauliers and drivers to comply with the rules related to the transport of dangerous goods by road more easily. In the first part, we will help you prepare for the transport of dangerous goods by road. We will look at what you need to pay attention to when you are assigned to transport dangerous goods. The first and the most important thing is to identify exactly what dangerous goods you have been assigned to transport. This is where many companies make their first mistake. Often, the order does not contain enough information about the dangerous goods. Or, if it does, no one checks under what conditions or if the transport test can be carried out at all. Just a few questions that can cause serious problems. Is there a driver who has the appropriate ADR certificate for the transport? Can the dangerous goods be transported by road, and if so, under what conditions? What kind of packaging is it in, and what tools are needed for proper lashing? In the case of multimodal or intermodal transport, the rules of the other mode of transport were considered by consignor or not. Appropriate documents and their completion, marking of transport units, and much, much more. So the first and the most important thing is to prepare properly for the transport of dangerous goods. At this stage, worth involving a dangerous goods safety advisor, especially if we are transporting goods that we haven't transported before. What should be checked after the order once we know exactly what dangerous goods we will be transporting? So let's check the list. Before departure, so the lorry is still on site. We haven't left the yard. And the first thing what we need to check is documents. The first one is a valid ADR certificate if required. The next one is a photo ID, of course, valid driving license or passport. And the next one is instructions in writing, and it has to be in the language of the crew. So the driver has to understand exactly what kind of instructions was written in the instructions in writing. And the next one is safety plan. That's only for high consequence dangerous goods. You have to check it. If you don't know what does that mean, it's better to contact the DGSA, Dangerous Goods Safety Advisor. The next one is certificate of approval. That's for tanks or bulk transport. And the next one is the vehicle marking. So it's really good to think about the marking before we leave the yard. If we're talking about like orange plate, ADR placards, if required. Okay, the next one is the pre-departure inspection. So proper condition and cleanliness of vehicle and equipment, cleaning certificate for tanks if necessary. The next one is the validity of tank inspections, because the tanks has to be inspected periodically. So that's the periodic inspection, and the intermediate inspection has to be valid too. Okay, the next one is the PPE. That's the driver personal protective equipment. This is for each member of the vehicle crew. The first one is the high-vis clothing. The next one is a pair of protective clothes. The next is the portable lighting apparatus, which is simply a torch or a lamp. And the next one is the respiratory protection mask, but that's for only ADR 2.3, labor 2.3, or labor number 6.1, which is toxic substances. Okay, and the next one is only for labor numbers 3, 4.1, 4.3, 8, and 9, and it's only for solids and liquids, and this is the shower, the drain seal, and collection container. The next one is eye wash liquid. This is, of course, not required for danger labor number 1, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, and 2.1, 2.3. And the last one is the safety glasses. That's for eye protection. Let's check the vehicle equipment. First of all, the fire extinguishers. Over 7.5 tons maximum permissible gross weight, minimum 12 kg total capacity, of which one is at least 6 kg, and one is a minimum 2 kg fire extinguisher for extinguishing a cabin fire. The next one is the rear chokes for each vehicle, appropriate for rear size, of course. The next one is two-step self-standing warning signs. For instance, triangles, two triangles, that would be okay. And the last one is the first aid equipment. This is based on road traffic regulations. It depends. So this is the last point to check before you leave the yard. And that's it for now. In the next section, we will look at what to pay attention to when loading dangerous goods. So when you go to collect dangerous goods, what to check before loading and after loading. So if you want to know more about dangerous goods transport, please subscribe, follow the channel, and see you in the next video.